Hello, action flick fans. I'm Ryan, your guide through the explosive world of One in the Chamber, a blockbuster that stormed theaters in 2012. Warning, this video is loaded with action-packed spoilers. Fasten your seatbelts, and let's dive into the adrenaline-fueled chaos.
The movie begins with Demyan Ivanov, who works closely with crime boss Vlad Tavanian of the Tavanian Mafia family. They plan to meet a drug dealer named Nikolai Dvorak for a deal. However, their meeting is interrupted when Vlad receives a call from Mikhail Suvorov, the leader of the Suvorov family, which also has ties to the Tavanians. In Prague, the Tavanian and Suvorov families control everything, including illegal trades in weapons and drugs across Europe, with Prague as their main hub. Next, Ray Carver finds a suitcase in the trash and hurries into a building. Ray is a hitman hired by Mikhail to take out Vlad and his crew. Mikhail believes Vlad's family betrayed him by making drug deals without his consent, breaking their agreement. Ray, armed with his trusty sniper rifle, begins shooting at Vlad and his crew. Amid the chaos, Nikolai escapes, and Demyan survives by hiding. But Vlad, the head of the Tavanian Mafia, becomes Ray's target. Demyan, realizing where the sniper is, orders his men to capture Ray. As the day winds down, Ray hastily departs the scene of his completed task, only to find himself ensnared by Demyan's ruthless enforcers, their suspicions ignited by his clandestine presence. A harrowing skirmish ensues as he fights tooth and nail to evade their onslaught, ultimately shedding his identifying attire and slipping into the masses. Meanwhile, the ominous specter of retribution looms large as Demyan, spurred by Vlad Tavanian's demise, pledges vengeance upon Mikhail Suvorov. His wrath materializes in a fiery ambush targeting Mikhail's vehicle, stoking the flames of Mikhail's ire towards Ray's perceived failure to execute the task adequately. In a bid to stave off the impending onslaught, Mikhail's brother, Bobby, proposes enlisting the fabled services of the Wolf, an elusive figure veiled in myth and legend. Bobby's persistence yields fruit as he uncovers the enigmatic assassin's true identity, Alexei Andreev. With negotiations initiated, Alexei finds himself juggling obligations, balancing Mikhail's proposition with the pressing demands of his own underworld dealings. Elsewhere, Ray finds himself at a crossroads, engaged in discourse with Leo Crosby, another seasoned contract killer. Demyan propels Ray into a pact, dangling the allure of doubled compensation for the assassination of the Suvorov brothers. Amidst this intricate web of deceit and betrayal, allegiances teeter on the edge of a knife, as each player navigates loyalty, survival, and self-interest. In the shadowy depths of intrigue, Alexei, now entrenched within Mikhail Suvorov's inner sanctum, aligns himself with the Suvorov brothers' quest to dismantle Demyan's criminal empire. Tasked with eliminating the linchpin of Demyan's drug trafficking operation, Alexei sets his sights on Nikolai, the kingpin. With calculated precision, he dispatches Nikolai's defenses, slipping unnoticed into the heart of his stronghold. Patiently biding his time, he waits for the opportune moment, poised to strike as Nikolai emerges from his leisurely swim. In a swift move, his bullet finds its mark, extinguishing Nikolai's reign of terror. Meanwhile, amidst the clamor of everyday life, Ray finds himself thrust into an unexpected altercation at a local cafe. Reacting instinctively, he intervenes to quell an inebriated person, safeguarding the establishment and its proprietor, Janice. In the aftermath, Janice extends her gratitude, offering to clean the stains on Ray's attire. Despite his protests, she insists on rectifying his jacket. Sensing the encroaching danger, he seizes the fleeting moment of respite to extricate himself from the situation, slipping away before the shadows of fate can close in around him. As the cloak of night descends, Gregory, Demyan's trusted lieutenant, indulges in a game of chance among his compatriots at his residence. Unbeknownst to them, their fate is sealed as Alexei descends upon the scene, leaving no survivors in his wake. Simultaneously, Bobby, engrossed in conversation with a companion, finds himself in the crosshairs of Ray's lethal assignment. With cold precision, Ray executes his directive, ending Bobby's life. The shockwaves of Bobby's demise reverberate through Mikhail, stoking the embers of vengeance. In the heart of Demyan's domain, news of the carnage sends shockwaves through his criminal empire. Fueled by rage and ambition, Demyan resolves to eradicate the Suvorov family and their allies with ruthless efficiency. As dawn breaks on a new day, Ray finds himself confronted by an unexpected visitor at his doorstep. Janice seeks to return Ray's garment, inadvertently revealing a trail to his sanctuary. With an excuse, he attempts to divert her inquiries, but fate tightens its grip around his carefully constructed facade. Meanwhile, Mikhail, consumed by grief and fury, apprehends Leo in a bid to unearth the truth behind his brother's assassination. With deception in Leo's every word, the web of lies threatens to ensnare both Ray and those who seek justice for Bobby's untimely demise. Amidst the deceit and vendetta, Ray readies himself, poised for the task of eliminating Mikhail. Yet, His plans are thwarted by the unforeseen presence of Alexei, whose keen instincts betray Ray's intentions. Demian's pursuit of retribution reaches a fever pitch upon learning of the Wolf's involvement in the demise of Nikolai and his allies. Driven by a desire for vengeance, he sets his sights on eradicating the elusive assassin, whose very existence blurs the lines between myth and reality. In the midst of this, Janice makes an unexpected visit to Ray's place, her motive shrouded in ambiguity. Despite her apparent interest, Ray maintains a cautious distance, mindful of the tangled web of their shared history, dating back to their chance encounter at the cafe. As the shadows of danger loom ever closer, Ray's place is breached by impending doom. Leo calls urgently, as Mikhail and his enforcers set their sights on Ray's location. Despite Leo's betrayal under duress, Ray remains composed, a resolve born of foresight and cunning. Janice stumbles upon a chilling revelation. She is confronted with the grim truth of Ray's profession as an assassin, a truth that intertwines with her own tragic past, revealing Ray as the perpetrator behind her father's untimely demise. Stricken with disbelief and betrayal, she recoils from his presence, her world shattered by the cruel fate. As tension thickens, Alexei appears at Ray's doorstep. The clash of titans erupts in violence as the two assassins engage in a deadly dance of blades and bullets. Despite Ray's momentary triumph in felling his adversary, he opts for flight over the final blow, leaving Alexei to ponder his opponent's mercy. Meanwhile, Demian's pursuit of vengeance culminates in an assault on Alexei's stronghold. Yet, to his dismay, his meticulous plan unravels in the face of Alexei's cunning foresight. With ruthless efficiency, Alexei turns the tables on his would-be assailants, extinguishing their lives with precision. In the chaos and conflict, allegiances falter and loyalties are tested, as each player navigates the currents of survival and retribution in a world where the line between predator and prey blurs. As the sun rises on the impending doom, Ray is thrust into a dire predicament when Leo urgently summons him to Janice's cafe at Mikhail's behest. Despite the looming danger, he resolves to confront his fate head-on, steeling himself for the inevitable confrontation. With determination, he arrives at the cafe. Unbeknownst to his adversaries, he has laid the groundwork for a daring counterstrike. In a blaze of gunfire, he launches a devastating assault upon Mikhail's henchmen, with Leo by his side. Amidst the bullets, tragedy strikes as Leo succumbs to a fatal wound. Undeterred by the loss, Ray presses onward, marching towards Mikhail, who holds Janice captive in a desperate bid for leverage. Ray cuts a swath through Mikhail's ranks, his determination unwavering in the face of overwhelming odds. As Mikhail's grip tightens around Janice's throat, Ray's fate hangs in the balance. Salvation emerges from the shadows in the form of Alexei, whose arrival heralds the swift demise of Mikhail. With a blow, Alexei dispatches Ray's would-be executioner, seizing the bag of ill-gotten gains before vanishing into the ether, leaving Ray to contemplate the nature of redemption amidst the wreckage of his shattered reality. In the aftermath, Ray returns home, only to find himself confronted by the enigmatic presence of Alexei. Alexei's curiosity about Ray's mercy during their previous encounter hangs heavy in the air, prompting a candid exchange between the two seasoned assassins. Ray, unflinching in his resolve, reveals the truth behind his actions. Alexei simply wasn't on his list of contracted targets. The revelation sparks a realization within Alexei, a sense of disillusionment with the endless bloodshed orchestrated by unseen puppeteers pulling the strings of their lethal trade. As the dust settles and their shared reality dawns upon them, Ray and Alexei find themselves standing at a crossroads, poised to rewrite their destinies. United by a common goal and a shared desire for autonomy, the two assassins forge an unlikely alliance, their fates intertwined amidst Prague's criminal underworld. They set their sights on a singular objective: to dismantle the power structures of the city's Mafia elite, one bullet at a time. Their partnership heralds the dawn of a new era, a reign of terror for those who dare to oppose them, and a chilling reminder that in the game of shadows, alliances are fleeting, and betrayal is the currency of survival. In a world where power is measured in blood and bullets, to underestimate the resolve of two assassins united in purpose is to court one's own demise.